Hi, my name is Richard Huang, and this is my 112 term project. I created a visual programming language targeted towards beginners to learn how to program without worrying about syntax. So you can see here I created a tutorial for people to learn what my program is all about and my purpose for creating it. I also show screenshots as well as explanations of different features and tools you can use, as well as animation to show the drag and drop feature users can use to create their own program. I also showed that error checking is available. You can actually delete things if it's wrong. Here's also a list of the features that are available, as well as the screen that shows up when you're trying to run your actual program. Now you can actually start writing your own program. This is my actual programming running. On the left is the workspace. You can change your function name here and change your parameters here by using a comma deliberated string. In this blank space, you could actually create your own visual program by drag and drop things in the dashboard. There's print boxes setting variables, for loops, while loops, if, else if, else statements, return statements, as well as the purple box where you can write your own line of Python code. Here you can convert your visual program into Python code. And up here, you can actually create new tabs and close tabs, and each tab represents a different function. Up here in the file, you can create new tab, open up old ones, save new ones, and then help. If you ever need help again, you can press help and take you back to the tutorial menu. Let's create our first simple program. Let's call this function SUMDigits, where you'll be able to sum up all the digits in this number, the parameter num. First, let's create a variable called sum and set it to 0. Now let's get a while loop and have it keep on looping while num is greater than 0. Inside the loop, we should set the variable sum to sum plus num mod 10. And then we should set num to num divided by 10. And just for fun, let's add an if statement in here. You can nest as many different draggable objects as you want. And in this if statement, let's say if num equals 0, then we could print out you are done. In the end, you would like to return the actual sum. So now let's convert it to Python. This would be the Python code that you converted to. And when you run it, you set any function name that you created. So SUMDigits, and then you would enter the parameters. Let's enter 13. And when you run the function, you'll show what you print out right here and the actual return value, which is 4, because 1 plus 3 equals 4. This function, visual function, can also be saved. When you press Ctrl S or in File Save, you can actually save the function. Let's call this function SUMDigits. And when you save it, you'll be able to open this up again. I just created a new tab by pressing Ctrl N. And when you press Ctrl O, you can open it up, SUMDigits, and it will show up just like before. This program could also create recursive functions as well. As mentioned before, we could create new tabs or new functions by pressing Ctrl N or by pressing File and New. You can also toggle between these tabs, and the tabs you want to close, you can press the X button. So let's make our first recursive function. Let's make the factorial function. So we'll call this factorial, and the parameter will be n. So let's make our base case. So if n is equal to 0, you will want to return the value 1. So we could create an else statement now. As shown before, if you put else statement before if statement exists, it will say there's an error. So you have to place the else statement after the if statement. In the else statement, you would want to return the value n times the factorial of n minus 1, like this. And you convert this to Python and the function itself. And there's another button called Convert All to Python. This converts all the functions that are open all into Python. So when you're able to run Python code, you're able to run any of the functions that have been opened. So you could also run some digits again. Let's pass in 45. And this will print out 9 as well. And this time we could also do factorial, and we're able to put in the parameter, let's say 5. And this will, since we didn't print anything, it will not print out anything. However, it will return the number 120. So if you ever make a mistake while programming, you can always press Ctrl Z to undo any mistakes you have made. Keep on pressing Ctrl Z, and you can actually go all the way back to the beginning. And Ctrl Y is a redo button. You can always redo all the way back to the end. And each function will have its own undo and redo list. So in this case, you could undo here and redo again. However, for save function, let's save this function as factorial. And close it. When you open it up again, it will restart the whole stack. So you cannot undo, you cannot redo. Until you make a new step, you'll be able to undo and redo it back. So this is my 112 term project. Thank you for listening, and I hope my program will help a lot of beginners get into and learn how to program.